Hey guys, what's up? You are listening to the 11th ever Millennial Project podcast. I am your host, Sam Stedman, 1991.
I am Ethan Escrow, 1993.
Are we doing it now?
Yes?
I'm Kevin Aramillo. Ah, damn it, I said my last name. But just erase that. No, it's not Aramillo. It's, damn it, why did I say it again? I don't know what I'm doing. 92?
Listening?
I'm definitely going to keep that in the podcast now. On today's podcast, we're going to do kind of a free-form discussion again. You know, we're still trying to work out all the kinks in the podcast.
We have some pretty good, fun topics to discuss. Any other ideas you'd like us to do? Or I think we're going to have an interesting next podcast, too. We're going to include video and some games for us to try.
Or if you suggest any other topics or want us to discuss any particular topics you're interested in, leave a comment.
So on today's podcast, we're gonna do guess my top 5. So with this, we're just gonna give a top 5 with no context, and then the other 2 would have to guess what that top 5 is. So if that doesn't make sense, once we get started, I think you'll get the gist of it. And then we're also gonna talk about our favorite vacation. Another topic is, assuming you had all the money in the world, what would you do with that money? And also, because Ethan wanted to be really depressing, he wants to talk about the Florida plane crash. I actually hadn't heard about it, but
should be interesting.
Right. Should be interesting
topic
of discussion. And then after that, we'll kind of just play by ear and see where we go from there. So starting off, we're going to do guess my top 5. Kevin, you raised your hand. You're going first. So give us your top 5, and then Ethan and I would have to guess what.
Okay, I'm going to make it a little easy for my first one, and then the second one. We should go around for our first ones first, and then we'll do our second one. Okay.
Good idea.
Walnuts, almonds, pecan, pistachios, and peanuts.
Top 5 nuts that are disgusting.
Top 5 nuts that you put in cereal.
Top 5 baby names. I'm just kidding. No, I wouldn't name my kid Walnut, but I'm just adding to the guessing of my own category. Sorry.
All right, Sam.
Wait, what was it? What was the top? It was walnuts.
My favorite nuts, but ranked for top 5. Walnuts, almonds, pecan, pistachios, and peanuts.
All right, Sam, your turn.
So I did my top 5, but it's kind of a joke when I did the top 5, but I'll go ahead and give it anyway. My top 5 is January, February, March, April, May.
The months of the year that are just the first portion of the year.
Top 5 months serial killers take it out on us.
Actually, it's top 5 months I wish I was dead.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Ethan, we'll guess yours.
All right. Orange, yellow, blue, purple, red.
Orange, yellow, blue, purple, red.
Top 5 Power Rangers.
Nope.
Top 5 colors you can't see because you're colorblind.
No.
Your top.
Well, we don't have to guess it, right? We're just trying to be funny.
Top 5 favorite colors, I guess.
Nope. Top 5 favorite colors of my fruit.
Well, that was oddly specific. All
so
right,
you like the color of the fruit, but do you actually like the fruit?
Yes, I like the fruit.
Oh, okay.
They're my favorite fruits based on their color.
What if you got a blue apple?
What is purple?
Grapes.
Oh, I was thinking eggplant. Okay,
that's not a fruit.
Red is
you
apple.
seem like a veggie man.
Red is apple. Purple's grapes. Blue is blueberry. Yellow is banana. And orange is orange.
Okay, you have to explain everything.
Oranges are blue.
Oranges are blue. Oh, Ethan. Okay. Garlic bread, haunted houses, beer, sleep, wings.
Top 5 characteristics of a vampire.
Why would a vampire like garlic bread?
Or haunted houses. They live in one.
Or I was gonna say
Just the house.
top
for them.
top 5 tenets of a vampire horror movie.
You and vampires.
Well, get off the vampire. If anything, a werewolf. I'm just kidding.
Wait. Say the top 5 again.
Okay, I'll say it again. Garlic bread, haunted houses, beer, sleep, and wings.
Top 5 pleasures of yours. I know you like garlic bread, and I know you like haunted houses.
And we know you like beer.
And who
Wings.
doesn't like sleep?
Who does- yeah.
But that I can see now why you guessed vampire.
Top 5 tenets of a perfect horror movie night.
Well, I was just gonna say what I'd like to do on Halloween.
Oh.
You'd like to go to a haunted house, eating garlic bread while you're asleep, and having beer and wings.
Well, no particular order.
So beer, wings, and garlic bread, asleep at a haunted house.
There you go.
That is your.
Or who knows? I died over alcohol poisoning and I grew wings in my sleep after being scared to death eating garlic bread at a haunted house.
That was oddly specific.
All right, Sam, what's your second one?
Mine. Doomsday Machine, Miri, Enterprise Incident, The Cage, Mirror Mirror.
Favorite Star Trek original series episodes you wish you had a part in?
Is that
Yeah.
really? They're all Star Trek. I was just gonna say fairy tale book names.
No, Doomsday Machine, Miri, Enterprise Incident, The Cage, and Mirror Mirror. Those are my top 5 favorite episodes of Star Trek: The Original Series. Not what.
fairy tale book names.
No, Kevin.
Well, Mirror Mirror was never actually said in Snow White, but okay, never mind. It was, but never mind in a different context. But yeah, that's cool. So you're Star Trek. Any Trekkies out there, give us a comment and a like.
Subscribe,
All right, my
for
turn.
the love of God. What?
My
For the
turn.
love of us, and doing keeping this podcast for you, our listeners. Go. What's your second,
All
Ethan?
0 of them.
Okay. March, October, December, May, November.
You copycat. You copied me.
No, do another one.
Do
We did
another one,
months.
because we already did months. You
Okay,
said
fine.
you came up with
Months
like
you don't
9.
shave.
Okay. All right.
Just kidding.
Months you don't shave.
Elliptical, dumbbells, calisthenics, stretch, treadmill.
Favorite murder weapons.
Favorite.
Hey,
No.
let Sam guess. Say it again.
Elliptical, dumbbells, calisthenics, stretch, treadmill.
I got another.
Top 5 favorite workouts.
Torture devices.
No. Top 5 exercise routines that boost what little self-esteem I actually have.
Oh my.
That's good, Ethan.
You're doing very specific categories, but I mean, yeah, props to you.
I mean, mine was pretty specific. too,
Yeah.
but I knew Ethan would get it right off the bat. I couldn't think of anything like kind of funny right there.
He did come up with 9 before the podcast.
Yeah. What was some of your other ones? Not the months.
You sure you want to know? I also came up with favorite vacations and things to do if I had all the money in the world, but I'll save those for later.
Of
Yeah, we're
course.
talking about the top 5s.
All right, my other top 5s were Shepherd, Mastiff, Rottie, Pug, Bulldog.
Your top 5 favorite dogs.
Wait. Favorite sex positions.
Seriously?
Is there a sex position called Mastiff?
Just kidding.
No.
Bulldog sounds intense, though.
The bulldog.
No, they're the top 5 kind of. They're the top 5 kind of dog breeds that I would marry if I were a dog myself.
Okay, so Ethan is into bestiality.
Oh.
Shut up!
Dude,
I said if I were a dog.
Yeah, your consciousness is telling you want to be a dog if you made up this kind of category.
Hey, the only limit is my imagination.
I'd say poodle first, man.
Poodles are classy. You know what?
They're too prissy.
If
Better
anything,
yet-
poodle, lassie, or I don't know why I said
Lassie?
lass.
Lassie was a collie.
Lassie's a specific dog.
Yeah.
You know,
And here's
you
my.
know who I really want to get with? Lassie.
If I was a
Wow.
dog,
If I was a dog, of course, Lassie. She's very attractive.
dude, I mean, she looks soft.
Plus her theme song is catchy.
She seemed well brushed as a pet with her
Nice
hair.
legs.
And here are my other. You want to hear my other ones, or just keep going?
I guess
No, I wanna hear the other ones.
one last one before we mention or go on.
Okay. Rachel, Ross, Joey, Phoebe, Monica.
Okay, well, you're talking about. You watch Friends?
They're the top 5 friends I would hang out with if they were my friends.
No, I was gonna guess.
Oh shit! Sorry.
People,
Well, I thought you would have known.
people
The
you
top
date,
five.
people you date before you give up and be lonely.
Shut up.
Or. Wait, I don't know. You have one, Sam? Yes. Say it.
Well,
Say
you
the
already
list.
said it.
Yeah.
What was
Top
it?
5 people he'd fuck. Is that
No.
Well, don't ruin it this time. Want to do one more?
Yeah,
Sure.
don't
Okay,
give it away.
one last one. Don't give it away.
Okay. Sure. Archer, Janeway, Cisco, Kirk, Picard.
Oh, those are. I actually know this one. That's your least favorite to favorite
No.
captains.
Wait.
No.
Say it one more time.
Archer, Janeway, Cisco, Kirk, Picard.
Names you'd give your plant.
Really?
Wait a minute.
Just kidding. Who doesn't
Well,
want
those are all Star Trek captains, but I would think that would be your least. Archer would be your least favorite, and then Picard would be your favorite.
No.
So it's least to.
No,
Well,
it isn't.
let me actually try and guess this one.
Can I guess?
Yeah,
Is Archer really a captain, though?
yeah, Captain Archer.
From
you
Star
know
Trek
what?
Enterprise.
You
You know-
watched the first episode of Enterprise.
I need to catch up. Okay. And, all right, then. Never mind. Sam, go ahead with your guess.
No. I want to hear what you were gonna say.
Captains you'd want to be under supervision with?
Well,
I
is
don't
it
know.
your favorite to least favorite?
No.
What? Just tell us.
Wait,
Okay.
no. Wait. I still want to guess.
Okay.
Favorite. Captains you'd pick a fight with?
No, they're captains whose ass I would kiss to get their job.
So, wait, I was in a sense kind of correct. Because I
So
said
you-
captains he'd want to work for or be under supervision with.
So wait, you would kiss. What is with your sudden affinity for Archer? Like you'd kiss his ass to.
And was it from like 5 to 1 or 1 to 5 or no particular order?
Was it in no particular order?
It was 5-1.
So Picard is
Picard's
his
your favorite.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then Archer would be your least favorite.
Yes, because I don't know him as well.
Okay. Yeah, because I thought that was weird that you put Archer first. Archer wasn't a bad captain.
But it's
No.
only because I watched Star Trek Enterprise the least.
You should change that. It's a really good series, especially the 3rd and 4th season.
When they take on the Xindi.
Yeah, and they have to try and save Earth. It's.
Spoiler alert.
I said try and save Earth. I didn't say they do or they don't.
I'm just kidding. Calm down.
Okay, let's move on.
All right. What was our second segment, Sam?
Second segment was your favorite vacation.
Who wants to go first?
Since I talked, Kevin, go ahead.
Oh, well,
I mean, if you want, it doesn't matter.
my favorite vacation was probably. I have to think about this for a little bit.
Okay, well, how many vacations do you think you've had? Like,
In my entire life?
yes, so over like 10. Over 2 handfuls.
Well, when I was a kid, we took vacations every year.
Same here.
Well, I had summer school
I'm-
every year.
I remember that one summer. I asked you. I was like, "Aren't you gonna have any fun this summer?" And you're like, "Not this summer, man." And I was like, "It sucks to suck, I guess."
Yeah, well, I mean,
And you
then because I took history in the summer, and then the school didn't want me to take an advanced history for my class as a junior. I had like 5 electives from sophomore year, so that was kind of fun though. All right, so
favorite vacation though, I would say for me
top
was
5 vacations.
Top 5.
I'm just kidding.
We went to, it was 2004 after I after I was going from 6th to 7th grade. I had just left elementary school and we went to the Caribbean, and this is the first cruise I ever went on. And
Nice.
yeah, it was a really fun vacation because we went on this ship, big, huge cruise ship called the Rhapsody of the Seas. And it was fun, just hanging out with everyone. And, on those cruise ships, cruises are actually relatively inexpensive now. Like, it wouldn't cost too much money to go on a cruise with like a bunch of friends, but it was fun because it's my first cruise, and like you kind of get to know the crew working on the ship, and every night you would go to dinner, and like you get to know your waiter and stuff like that, and you can eat all the food you want. Like they have restaurants that are
Like endless buffets.
open 24/7.
Man, that sounds fun. I still haven't been on a cruise.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. The food was really good on the cruise. Like when you went to the fancy dining room at night, they gave you a menu, and it was all free. Like the food was all free, and if you wanted to, you could say, "I'm just gonna have everything on the menu," and they'd be like, "Okay," because it was a relatively small menu every night, maybe like 9 items or so. And if you wanted to get everything because you wanted to try everything, they were fine with that. So you'd get like your appetizer, your salad, and then you'd get your entrees, and you'd get your dessert. And if you wanted to try multiple things, the only thing that sucked though was me being, a 12-year-old kid. I was like borderline paranoid we were gonna have like a repeat of the Titanic or something.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, do you ever get like seasick, or
Not really. I mean, the ships have stabilizers now, so when you're on the ship, like it doesn't rock really, really bad. But there are older ships, and it was my senior year of high school. I went on another cruise. Well, it was right after I got out of high school. We went on a ship. It didn't have stabilizers. And whenever you'd watch a show and like a wave would hit the ship or something, it'd go like this or whatever, and you could like see the stage like rocking back and forth. And there's like this old man that like fell over, and my dad like had to catch him while he was falling. The man was like, "You saved my life." My dad was like, "I just put my hands out."
that'll be $3,000.
I don't think he told me about that.
Hey, this shit ain't free. But
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, we can go on with the vacation, but I was gonna mention that Titanic is actually. I wonder if they're gonna have stabilizers when they're trying to like replicate it.
yeah, I did hear about that. They're going to recreate the Titanic, but would you actually go on that shit?
They're also gonna make it to like sort everyone by class.
Yeah, I heard that.
Seriously?
They're gonna sort people by class, so the richy rich get.
Get
But I
top-
wonder how much the tickets would be.
I don't know.
I think tickets should be the same price. It's just right. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I think that'd be badass to go
It would.
on the Titanic.
What?
Even if they put us like below decks, like second or lower class.
Really? I don't know, guys. I mean, if it doesn't have stabilizers and it's totally like replicated, I'm out. Like,
They're like, we also have the same safety standards we had
Oh
in
my
19.
My
God.
gosh.
There's only 16 lifeboats and
oh, what?
3,200 of you guys. So if the ship sinks, half of you are gonna die.
Oh my
Just a heads up, guys.
Not the better half.
Let's bon voyage.
Oh, and we're taking the same route we took in 1912.
Oh,
They are actually taking the same route.
Serious? From
but I
from
read
like
it-
where? Liverpool or where
Yeah,
was
they're
it?
taking it from Liverpool all the way to New York, and I read, but they are actually updating like the safety standards and stuff like that, and
sheesh.
so like, but like they have.
I need a lot of drama
Obviously-
meme if I ever go on a cruise.
Obviously, technology has progressed since the Titanic was, at sea. And if I had the chance, yeah, I'd go.
I'm
Same.
still skeptical. I don't know.
I would.
It's a maybe
yeah,
for me.
it would be bad. It'd be bad juju to go, but at the same time, like, it's like a once in a lifetime.
Exactly.
It's a once in a lifetime thing.
Trying to recreate a journey based on the way it should have gone, not the way it actually happened.
Well, I mean, say it's a success, there's going to be more than one trip, right?
Yeah, but you want to be able to say you went on the maiden voyage.
Exactly. There's a difference.
The Titanic too.
And
I don't
then it's gonna crash, and then we're gonna have another 4-hour movie. This time it'll be about you,
We'll have
Sam.
another 4-hour movie.
You and your-
maybe 4 years or so. I don't even know. Let me actually look that up. When is that?
Let's let the Cardi B and all the celebrities go. Oh yeah, that'd be cool. There's probably gonna be a lot of celebrities on the ship.
would.
then. Because they'll want to be on the maiden voyage too. I'm guessing.
Although I'm not sure if most of the celebrities will be likable, or if they're not so down to earth or humble.
It's under construction. Construction started in November 30th of 2016. It's a replica of the RMS Titanic. Oh, here it is. Set to sail in 2022. That's what I remember. It was 110 years after.
That's what I was thinking. Actually, I didn't even know, but
Yeah.
it's kind of
let me read.
it makes sense.
It'll follow the original. Here, I'll just pull it up on the screen. It's gonna.
Why
set to
would they
sail
want
in
to do the
2022
same
will
route?
follow the original ship's doomed route. Oh, let me.
Oh man, you can't even make it up.
Here's an idea. How about I go to Liverpool and try to win a ticket,
Well,
like a second or third class or whatever ticket that Jack won, so he can get on board.
You just want to fucking fall in love on that ship, don't you?
Wouldn't that be cool though if I did meet a nice British girl?
It would be
on,
cool. I remember there was a lot of attractive girls
on
on
your
the ship when I went after I got out of high school. Or no, it was 2014. I went on another cruise in 2014, and there was this girl. Her name was Jessica, and she was a dance instructor. She was really nice, and we hung out before on the ship. And
too bad you didn't have your own room.
Yeah,
Who were you bunked with?
my dad.
I
But
went,
the last time I saw her was at a nightclub that was on the ship, because they have nightclubs like that, and
You didn't
we were
make your move.
talking,
You
and she was like, "Hey, come to the last like dance thing tomorrow, because I want to see you there." So I was like, "Okay," and I missed it. I missed it because I was waiting on my dad to come. My granny had told me that my dad had gone to do something, and he was going to come back and get me for breakfast, and we were going to go eat breakfast together, and then we would go. So I waited and waited and waited, and my dad never showed up. So I didn't get to eat breakfast, and I missed the dance thing. And I remember I was running down to like the dance hall, and I got there and it was empty, and I never saw her again.
oh,
I didn't see her after that, and that was it was like the second to last day of the cruise.
and I take it you didn't speak to your dad again for a while after that?
Well, I wasn't mad, really. I was frustrated, but I wasn't like heartbroken.
Goose forever.
I went on a cruise too back in 2009 when I was 16.
Wait. Is that your favorite vacation?
No, I was just relating.
Okay.
And
on.
but it was down to Cozumel, and it was on Carnival, not Royal Caribbean, but The trip itself lasted about 4 days. It was the first cruise that my parents and I ever took. We had there were quite a few clubs to go to. There were bars and restaurants, and there was also a dance class there that was taught by this Australian instructor who was really cute, but I didn't get her name. And we also had this teen club called Club O2, which I went to every night. And most of the nights there was a bit of trouble that happened there. One time a kid tried to smuggle in alcohol, and another I think tried to smuggle in some kind of drug, but luckily these problems were handled by security, and they went on basically.
Is there such thing as cruise jail?
I don't think so.
I think they might have a brig. Like if you fucking like kill someone while you're at sea.
Well, or like in his case, like bring drugs or something.
I don't think so. I didn't hear about it.
I don't think they'd throw you in the brig for that. They might just throw it away.
Yeah, and just keep you out of the club. That's pretty much what happened. And I
Just the
did,
club?
and like Sam said, I also met some nice girls on that cruise. Some of them kind of like, for some reason, thought I kind of looked like Perez Hilton. I was like, what? I
They
look
were
nothing.
messing with you. You don't look like Perez Hilton.
Exactly. I didn't know what they were talking about.
Like, well, you look like Paris.
I said Perez.
I know.
And then we also had this small menu, but we shared everything on the menu with this family that we befriended every night at dinner. And when we got to Cozumel, we swam with some stingrays.
Yeah, I did that too when I went to Cozumel in '04, and dinner every night. They sit you with another They seat you. Why does that sound weird? They seat you with another family.
Why? That's
usually.
BS.
I guess it's just a way.
I'm
to
an
get
antisocial shit.
But you don't have to talk to them, but you're going to be eating dinner together.
Exactly.
Every
Man,
night,
pass the
you know.
fucking mashed potatoes.
So, I mean, if they're dicks, you can go to another table. But, I mean, 90% of the people you're going to run into on these cruises are going to be...
Antisocial?
Yes. No, they're going to be really nice people. So,
Which was fortunate in our case.
Yeah. And, I mean, the people that we met, we kept in contact with them for a while, but I don't know where they are now. But so I told you about my favorite vacation, Ethan. The Carnival one. I'm betting yours was Europe, wasn't it?
How could I not know that you were going to guess that?
Yeah.
It was to celebrate my graduation from high school in 2012. It was on May 18th, only 6 days after graduation, when my parents and I took our first transatlantic flight from Houston to London, England, to Heathrow Airport.
Now, was that your parents' first time out of the country? Had your parents left the U.S. before?
No.
Really? That
haven't?
was their first... Whoops.
Our first time out of the country was to Cozumel during the cruise. We also had to bring our passport.
Off the continent.
Yes, it was our first time off the continent.
Even your parents.
Yes.
So you
Oh,
didn't
wow.
experience, what is it? Cultural...
Culture shock?
Yeah, did you experience culture shock?
Not too much.
I experienced
It was-
culture shock in Mexico
It wasn't
quite a bit.
It wasn't really shocking because it was kind of what we expected, because my parents and I like to watch the BBC every
I
now
heard
and then.
That in...
But anyway,
Sorry, go ahead.
when we got there, we changed our currency from dollars to pounds, and we took a cab to downtown London, where we got into our hotel, settled in, and then we proceeded to take a bus to Portobello Road to look at all the shops and markets along there.
Yeah.
We even sampled our British food for the first time.
And you converted your dollars to pounds again. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, go on.
And we found that British food was actually tasted better than what is usually said. To me, it was just simple but delicious, kind of exotic.
Interesting.
So what were some of the food? Well,
What was different about
what
the
was some of the
foods?
foods that you tried while you were there?
We tried shepherd's pie, fish
No.
and chips.
Fish
We
and-
had tea and scones.
I heard that in Britain they don't put ice in their drinks.
They don't. We had to
that's-
ask for ice.
That's so bizarre.
I know. We also tried we also tried that martini cocktail. It's called Pimm's. And
Oh yeah. Your dad made some of those for us one time. So those were pretty fucking good, actually.
They were good.
They were. It is a dangerous alcohol. Like you don't even taste alcohol, and then 3 Pims later, you're like, oh.
Sneaks up on you.
You're like, good morning.
Yeah, exactly. And we spent the first day basically going through London and getting to know our boundaries and our way around. For one thing, the British National Cultural Natural History Museum was right by our hotel, and we got to visit there.
What did they have at the museum?
They had the Rosetta Stone, and I think they had the Emerald Tablet,
Nice.
among many other historical natural artifacts.
You also said, though, while you were in England, there was a lot of like scam artists on the streets looking to like scam Americans out of shit. Because you said one guy walked up to you, started just putting like a wristband around your wrist.
No, that was later in the trip in Italy.
Oh, that was Italy.
Yes.
So, yeah, tell us some more about these scam artists.
Can I finish England first and then get to Italy where
No.
it happened?
No. Yeah.
And then second day we spent taking the Underground Railroad north to Hendon, where the Royal Air Force Museum is located. Needless to say, I was in heaven there, seeing all the old planes on display, seeing like modeled collections.
Ethan has a fetish for airplanes.
Shut up. And then we came back, and later that evening we visited the Tower of London for the first time, and we saw the passing of the keys between the Royal Guardsmen there. It was a pretty unique ceremony.
So, wait, did you see those guys with those, like Marge Simpson looking afros? The guards?
No.
Oh, the Royal Guards,
the
right?
Royal Guards, the Queen's Guard.
Yeah, they're the Royal Guardsmen. We did see them a couple of days later when we revisited the tower and saw all the jewelry and riches stored there.
Those
You should troll one.
I did.
You
Troll
did?
one. I took a picture of me going like this with one of them standing in the background.
Should have, like, kissed him.
Well, we couldn't because they were behind a railing boundary. And if we got over it, they would pummel us and kick us out.
No, just go under the railing.
Those,
They're not allowed to move,
Those
right?
Royal Guards, yeah, they're like specially trained.
They are. They're basically service veterans who have served for at least 18 years and in any branch and basically distinguished themselves in service and therefore earned the posting.
Man, I'd take my kid there and we'd both like Fortnite dance in front of one or something.
And they're
Start
like
flossing.
they're not allowed to move
Nope.
at all unless like provoked.
Exactly.
They just
And then
stand
the
there.
third day, we took a train up to Cambridgeshire and visited the Imperial War Museum at Duxford Airfield. A very old Royal Air Force airfield that was used in World War II. And there they had like other aircraft on display in a bunch of different hangars, and one of them was actually dedicated to our own Air Force.
I'm not for wars.
How many days were you there?
7 before we left for Italy.
Oh,
And for the rest of the trip in England after that, we revisited the Natural History Museum. We took a bus tour and saw Westminster Abbey. Took a boat ride on the Thames River. Went to 10 Downing Street and Churchill's underground bunker.
mm-hmm.
And we also saw St. Paul's Cathedral and Big Ben, among other places.
Okay, scam artist,
Now,
Italy. Go.
Wait, hold on. Big Ben. You actually went inside Big Ben?
No, we didn't see it, but we took a picture right by it.
Big Ben is nervous now because they're going to reconstruct.
After 7 days, we took our flight from London to Rome. We settled into a hotel that was right by the Spanish Steps, and at that time, the Steps was simply crowded with tourists from all over the world.
Yeah, you went in the summertime, didn't you?
It was during May, from May 25th to June 1st.
Wow. That's interesting. And you saw a lot of ruins.
We did. And the second day, we went to the Colosseum. It was also the May 26th, which was my birthday. And while there, we toured the inside of the Colosseum and saw the interior. And we met this nice British family consisting of a mother and daughter who we befriended. And we met again 2 days later while touring the Vatican and the Sistine Chapel.
Did they try and scam you?
No, they didn't.
The food in Italy, I've heard that it's quite a bit different from the food we might get here in the U.S. Like, did you have pasta while you were
Yes,
there?
it was very different. It was tasted more organic and authentic. And
So did you like it better though, or do you like?
I liked it a
American?
little bit better, honestly. And they were also served in smaller portions.
Yeah, Americans serve a lot.
Yeah, because in Europe they put quality over quantity. And we also took a bus up to Florence and toured the whole city there. Saw the Statue of David and all the old Catholic churches and houses.
Did you take a picture with David?
No, we didn't.
I'm just curious.
And then on another day, we went to the Vatican and the Sistine Chapel and saw all Michelangelo's arts, and we took the 64 steps upwards at the Vatican and St. Paul's Cathedral, and we got a pretty good view of the whole city from there.
Yeah.
Yep. And it turns out when you go to the Vatican, you have to have your passport with you because it's considered a country within a country.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Did you see the Pope?
No, we didn't get to see the Pope, but we did see one of his royal guardsmen.
Interesting.
And it wasn't until the next to last day of the trip that we went to this Mafia Don's mansion.
Mm-hmm.
And while I was hanging out at the Spanish Steps, I met a guy named Marco, and he started putting on this string on my wrist. And some other guy came up and they asked me to give him some change for it. And they kept asking until I almost ran out. And it was only then I realized I was robbed by a scam artist.
Why would you even give him money? Just take the wrist thing off and then.
I couldn't take it off. I would have had to cut it off with a blade or something. They wrapped it around tight.
Well, you don't have to give him money.
Well, anyway, I didn't know what was going on, so
Caught you off guard.
yeah, it did.
Thanks. I'd say
But
thanks. I don't
luckily-
have any money.
But luckily, it was both the day before we left, and so I didn't really have anything else to spend it on.
How much did they get?
I don't remember, some euros,
Some euros.
10, 12 euros.
So basically, you gave him $4, maybe $5. No, you gave him about $10.
Yeah,
I don't know what the conversion rate.
Yeah, it's a little
it's something like that.
All right. Well, y'all seem like y'all had some good vacations.
Yeah. What's yours?
I don't know if you want to move on. With
You don't
the
have
segment.
one?
I do, but I don't want to go into great detail. I just want to mention, I guess, it was whenever my sister and her friend and Haley and we booked this tour of Peru, and we went there for a week.
Yeah, Peru.
Yeah. And then Haley and we went to Machu Picchu, one of the 7 wonders, and saw the Incan ruins and everything. The food was good. We got to wake up and see some famous churches in Cusco, and then we actually stayed with the villagers on Lake Titicaca, and dude, there's no, it's not as industrialized as it here, and at night though, my favorite memory is whenever we saw all the stars. Dude, there's billions and billions of stars out there.
And
That's one of the perks of
you
living in the
stayed with your
country.
cousins, right? While you were.
Oh, yes, my cousins, my grandma,
Oh.
and my aunt.
Now, did they live in the city?
They lived in Peru, out on the outskirts of the capital, called a town called Arequipa. Arequipa or Miraflores is just near there. And but we actually had to drive somewhere to a bus that would take us on the tour, because we traveled to different places and stuff.
Did you experience culture shock?
I didn't, because I think I've been there, I know how it is. But I mean,
Really did?
it opened my eyes a little more to see how it's becoming more industrialized now than it was back whenever I visited when I was a toddler or a kid. And Haley did, actually.
Really, yeah.
Yeah, she didn't know, because she was glad that the tour guy spoke English at least. Otherwise, she wouldn't have understood anyone on the trip, because she doesn't know Spanish. So
Well, she'll get it. She'll get it one of these days. And did you guys go out to eat while you were there? Or?
Yeah, I mean, we have like the famous Peruvian dish, lomo saltado. I love that dish. It's just like some ribeye steak on a bed of rice with tomatoes, onions, and French fries, and potatoes, I think.
I've been wanting to try Peruvian food here for a while, but
Let's go.
yeah, we'll go. We'll go. Just can't go today because,
Sam has a date.
yeah.
But what about the villagers? How did you get along with them?
I mean, we kind of, they know Spanish, but they also have like their own like language, and it's like more,
More informal.
It was kind of cool. I mean, you get to experience what they do every day or how they cook and eat, and so they cooked for us in like this little hut or house that they lived in, and to use the bathroom, they don't have plumbing, so you just like pour a bucket of water in to make the stuff go down.
The what? Just kidding.
But they don't have lights, so you'd either use a lantern at night.
Oh, nice. How? And you only stayed with them for a night?
Yeah, at night. But it was like because the altitude and like it's the highest lake of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the altitude is like, oh my gosh.
Like through your body for
Yeah.
a loop?
Yeah, but see, the thing also is they give you some coca leaf tea. So they put like coca leaves or cocaine leaves, but they're coca leaves. So they just put cocaine leaves in tea, and it helps you breathe better. So
That's
you
good.
can get used to the height. Haley actually needed her inhaler.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun.
Probably would have thrown me for a loop too, going to. Yeah, I've never really been to South America or Europe for that matter. The farthest I've been to Canada, and
I want to go to Canada too.
Canada was pretty nice. It was expensive though, a lot of shit, and they're on a different system. They use metrics, unlike us who use the imperial system. So when you looked at their gas prices, you're like, holy hell! It'd be like $7
Or 13, yeah.
or something
In
like
Europe,
that. But
yeah,
they were
9.
like, no, that's per liter, and you're like, oh. It was
But is
it
liter
wasn't.
less?
They didn't go by gallons. They went by liters.
Isn't liter less than a gallon though?
Yeah,
So it's more expensive either
Yeah.
way.
it's more expensive, but they are more prosperous than the U.S. More united, I should say. But
I still see some like, well, there's always the exception of racism still being up north and stuff. So
there's no racist in the North. Silly.
yes, there
There's
is.
never been a racist in the North.
There's racism everywhere.
Except for
It's
that
just
one,
people's labels,
except for
they
that
don't let
one
you-
high schooler in Ohio who made that banner asking a girl out to prom.
Oh my!
What
A
did
friend
that
of mine
thing say?
posted. He said like,
No. No, I don't want to say this on a show.
Never mind.
Yes, it was offensive.
Right.
Do you remember? I remember it had to do with
Said something
with
like,
cotton picking.
Yeah,
if I
it was
black,
that.
I'd be picking cotton, but I'm white, so I'm picking you for prom.
Yep. He got banned from prom. He wouldn't be allowed to attend graduation, and even his parents are 100% against him. I'm like,
Honestly though, I think it was just a bad joke.
No, it's not a joke. I mean, it's ignorance and it's taught. So.
honestly, I expect that kind of thing in Alabama, not Ohio.
Well, I don't know. No one can get in his mind and know for sure what he was thinking. I think it was just a bad joke.
Probably.
Should he have been banned? I don't know.
I think that's a little too much.
No, he should have been banned.
So, assuming you had all the money in the world, this is our next topic of discussion. Assuming you had all the money in the world, what would you do with all that money?
So, say everyone was, or us were Jeff Bezos rich.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos rich.
Or
Kevin-
Bill Gates rich.
Jeff Bezos is richer.
Oh. All right, who's going first?
You.
Okay. If I had all the money in the world, I would probably First thing I'd probably do is move out of state and get my own place,
Where?
either in the mountains, Midwest, or New England,
You wouldn't want to build anywhere?
or just some place that I think looks nice and looks ideal for a kind of house that I would like, whether it be like a cabin in the mountains, or a farmhouse in the Midwest, or a cottage in New England.
Cabin
You wouldn't get a big ass house.
in the city?
No, I'd prefer a more modest living.
Well, you could have like a vacation house in the mountains. I wouldn't want to live in a cabin in the mountains.
It might be kind of cool though.
We'll say you
Well,
have an injury or
I
something.
would probably have a vacation home in the mountains if I
Yeah.
had money left over. I would also use my money to replace my car with a new new Ford Mustang.
Why not a Ferrari? If you got all the money in the world,
Or a
why
Lambo.
would you get a Mustang?
Or a Lambo.
I'd prefer.
Sorry, I'm not trying to criticize your choices. I'm just asking.
Are you done interrupting?
You're going 50%. I'm saying all the money in the world.
Go
100.
out. Go all out.
Yeah.
Okay, if you'll let me continue, please. I would prefer a car that's basically more rugged and that can tackle any terrain like a Ford can. I don't want like something too flashy and not too dull either. I'd prefer something more in between, maybe leaning toward the flashy side, like a Mustang would. And I would also, further still, I would use my money to continue flying lessons, get my pilot's license, and buy my own private plane.
And what would you do with all this free time?
If you don't have a job.
I would, if I had all the money and had so much free time, I would just travel.
Then you wouldn't need a house.
Or I'll probably take a round the world cruise.
Hmm.
Or even at least an throughout Europe vacation.
So you'd be selfish.
Why not live in Europe?
What about humanity?
I thought about donating to ecological causes, like preserving the Amazon rainforest for one, and also to protecting endangered species and improving conditions for livestock.
Yeah.
Make it more treat them more humanely. And I would also donate to disaster reliefs wherever it happens.
You would have a lot of free time. You could go physically volunteer.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. And
That's
I would
probably-
also like maybe take a safari in Africa, see all the wildlife up close.
And then shoot him.
No, I don't shoot.
You become a trophy hunter.
I don't become a trophy hunter. I don't shoot animals for sport. I would only shoot like more common animals for food that are more populous or overpopulating.
But you're just wanting to help the livestock.
I don't shoot livestock. Are you done trolling now?
Okay, yeah. All right. Do you want me to go next? Or is that it, though?
I think so, yeah.
So Ethan would go on a livestock massacre with his millions and billions and trillions of dollars.
Selfish! Just kidding. Well, I don't know. I mean, I have some selfish ideas.
Come on, Sam.
But Sam.
Say them.
Oh, Sam. Okay.
Say
Like,
them.
Don't talk about yourself in third person. I don't know. I'd be really dumb. I'd want like instead of a house on Earth, I'd want like a house that orbits the Earth. And then I'd invite y'all and we can just come over and orbit around playing games and have the best Wi-Fi connection because we'll be like with the satellites right next to it.
There would be no gravity.
So we could still like,
Our
whoa!
asses would be. I'll be like, pause the game. I'm upside down.
They make anti-gravital rooms.
Gravital?
Like
Right.
anti-gravity
anti-gravity.
They don't have.
anti-gravity devices.
They don't,
Yeah,
have
they do.
they don't have artificial gravity on like the space stations and shit.
I thought they did. Not even on spaceships?
No.
Like that go out. They don't have anti-gravity yet. Damn it, Jeff Bezos. What are you doing? Invent that shit. If you're gonna have like a
Elon Musk
100.
hasn't invented it either.
Well, okay. Once that's invented, or who knows? Like I wouldn't want to say I would want to be Tony Stark, but I would want to, help the world on a more technological side.
So you want
I'd
to build
wanna-
weapons?
No, I'd say weapons. I'd say
Or
I'd want to
grow-
help. I'd build probably robots for every house on Earth.
Or grow and telecrops so that no one will go hungry again.
I mean, I have some ideas. I mean, like, I invent, instead of like a microwave, or like invent a home kitchen robot.
A
All right.
home kitchen robot.
Where you just put in the groceries that you want to make, and then it'll make like the food that you want that night. Instead of you actually cooking, it'll cook it inside itself.
That kind of takes away the experience, though, making it yourself. Because what if your robot malfunctions and you have to cook yourself?
Then
Well,
you
you
can
have all
cook
the money in
yourself.
the world. You can pay someone to fix it.
Well, I mean, if not for everyone in the house, but say your robot breaks, yeah, then you can cook there. It's going to be special mechanics, or it'll be a trade job where we'll have like plumbers, or instead of plumbers, it'd be someone that you can call to fix a damn home kitchen robot. But it'll be easier, because not everyone nowadays, especially with capitalism, has time to go home and cook dinner. The easiest thing is to just drive through a Taco Bell sometimes
And get fat.
well, it's up to them, and it's just because it's easier. But if you have a home kitchen robot at home, you'll have an app for it. Say, I want spaghetti. It'll cook spaghetti, and it'll be done at the time you want it to be done.
What are your other selfish ideas?
Well, that's not selfish.
That's actually not a bad idea, having an app for your robot. You can be like, go get me some steak. I want steak and potatoes and green beans for dinner.
steak, potatoes, well done option, whatever you want.
I get
You
your
know-
And
point.
it'll be like 4 to 5 star quality food. I'm not talking
They
McDonald's.
say that
It also depends on what you buy.
I've heard theories that like our cell phones are going to eventually evolve into a point where we all have our own robot, and our robots are going to be doing the work while we just kind of relax and kick back. Because you think about it, like you have Siri on your phone. That's already a
Alexa.
robot. And Alexa, and like you can ask them questions, and 90% of the time they'll answer.
But how do we know they won't evolve into something similar to Skynet?
It's just a risk you gotta take.
If you trust your software developers, and you hope they don't, or code makers, and then you hope they write the precise code, and then they don't. I mean, I'd want them to have like at least a self-destruct button.
Well, Elon Musk is saying we should already start making laws outlawing like certain parts of robotics and stuff to keep robots becoming self-aware, because there are robots that are, they're getting smarter with every minute, and eventually there are actually already robots that are able to outsmart humans.
So, well, that's just one of the things. I mean, of course, I'd donate. If I had unlimited funds, I'd donate to all the charities that made sense, at least. Make sure that, and then, mostly nonprofits, and then
Mostly
find a cure
nonprofit.
Yeah, because there's some pretty smart scientists out there already making those fake chicken nuggets. And donate to them, help improve, like you said, in the livestock tortures and whatnot.
Donate to the Notre Dame.
Probably save the rainforest, because trees are an important part of this world. NASA's already wanting to make a home on Mars, so I'd help them and
Would you go to
fund
Mars?
NASA. I don't know. What would I go to Mars? Yeah.
Really?
Pretty experienced.
No,
the
it's
fastest.
a one-way trip.
No.
Yeah?
The fastest ship or time it'll take to get to Mars is 8 months. So it'd take 8 months to go one way, but it's not a one-time trip.
Yeah, it's a one-way trip. Like if you go to Mars, you're not coming back.
For NASA's program, I'm sure, yeah, because they're going to build like a spaceship to hold at least, 500 people or more than one spaceship. But at the same time, if they made it an option to come back, you're just going to have to wait another 8 months to come back from Mars in a spaceship, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you basically, it takes a year
Look at this,
almost.
CNN.com, one-way ticket to Mars, apply now. This was, 2013. Yeah,
I don't know about one way, but I know they'll make it we'll just have to improve the rockets and stuff, like SpaceX. Have you seen their launches and stuff? They're doing some pretty badass shit in SpaceX right now. But I'd do all I can to help the world. And
Sam, what would
Just
you do with all
improve
the money in the world?
Donate a lot of it. Donate it to, NASA. I would donate it to solve the water crisis in Flint.
I'd buy all the weapons in the world just to destroy them. Or
I'd
send it on a spaceship. Sorry.
donate to. Well, if I had enough money, I would end world poverty. Because I don't even know. It's relatively cheap to do that.
All the money from Notre Dame?
It's only billions, I think. Yeah, what was it? All the money that they were... See, that's like the whole Notre Dame thing when it burned down and everyone started donating to that. It's just like it's a media thing again because the media blows things up and then people are like, oh, well, I mean, donating would be a good thing. Yeah, it would, but there's like other things that the media should blow up so that people would donate. Like, for example, like
the poverty.
Like the United States has some of the highest childhood poverty in the world.
Kids go to bed hungry every night.
It's a relatively easy problem to solve. All it is a matter of funds. So I wish the media would, make a big deal about those kind of issues so people are actually aware and then they donate to the cause.
Yeah, and this way kids don't have to go to bed hungry. They can still stay in school.
But then you have a double standard issue. Like, say, if you're donating to the local food bank, some people that are rich go to the food banks because they can, get free food.
Well, don't the food banks say you need to make below a certain amount?
Not the charitable ones. If you need food, you can come and get some few cans of food in a
that's
bag.
just fucking selfish.
Exactly.
I mean, then you go into regulating charity.
Well, if you're a rich asshole and you're going to food banks to get free food because you're cheap, you're an asshole. Like, you're just a shitty person because you're taking away food from people who can't afford it. And yeah,
or just don't have the time and car to go to the food bank to get it.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Ethan?
Anyway, I would donate a majority of the money. Other than that, I don't know. It's one of those things where, you can't actually make the decision until you're actually faced with it. Because I've heard, having that much money can, ruin your life almost. Because you don't know who's real and who's fake anymore.
That's why if I was rich, I'd just do, help volunteer, like you said. Helping people, that boosts your self-esteem and makes you a good person.
It does, but also, how do you know that you won't get taken hostage? Or because you'll have all the money to offer.
You can hire a bodyguard.
I mean, if you're taken hostage, they can kill you or whatever, but they won't have your money if you have a beneficiary or something.
Yeah.
Because, unless you're strapped with cash on you all times.
And we're going to have a money jacket. And all.
We're
walking in a money suit.
Jacket made of money that you won.
Gosh.
Your pants are made of money. Your underwear.
It's made of money.
Yeah, and gold toilet paper.
No, it's the dollar bills. It's like the dirty ones you don't want.
Oh, no, you can get some kind of disease wiping your ass with the dirty dollar bill.
That could be where all the mob or criminal money goes.
All right, but as far as living, I would want to make sure that my family and friends were financially stable, except you.
Ethan.
I'd make sure you were in financial ruin.
What? I was gonna invite you to my orbit pad.
Now I'll invite you to my throughout Europe vacation.
I'd want to go to Japan.
And live in Japan with the Yakuza.
Would I want to live in Japan?
With the Yakuza.
I'll keep it there.
Can I mention? I don't want to change subjects, but can I mention what I want to do for our next podcast to our listeners?
Yeah.
For our next podcast, I just want to bring it up and keep y'all, on your toes or in your seats, at the edge of your seat. I was thinking we'll do a video podcast and we'll have a box and we could each bring like three things or 2 or 3 things that they're going to be mystery items that we can't see. So bring them in a bag or a paper bag, and we'll have the box where we can put our hands in and it'll be a mystery item. We'll have to figure out what it is. So
Okay.
don't bring something too gross, but our hands will get dirty. So I'll bring the paper towels.
Good.
Something too gross.
Like, don't put your own shit and like, come on. Let's be at least, we'd smell it from here anyway. All right, but yeah, so that seems like a fun idea for the next podcast.
Yeah. Well,
Shout out to Joe Santagato.
who?
Joe Santagato.
Who's that?
That's where I get some of my ideas too from.
Oh,
He's this funny guy on Facebook. Posts on YouTube. He did the idiots of the internet videos and stuff like that.
cool. Well, I think that's about all the time we have for this week. I'm Sam Stedman, 1991.
I'm Ethan Escrow, 1993.
I'm Kevin, 92.
May the 4th be with you.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Happy Star Wars Day.
Yeah, May the 4th.
We're going to get tequila tomorrow, guys. Woo!